Hello. We have a show. Welcome back. We always act so surprised when this happens. Like there's always a countdown.
When it goes live, we're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a thing. We have a guest.
We do, finally.
Reverend Mark Withy, unpaid weather intern, not a government employee. So
Right.
His views represent no one.
Just glad to be here, joining you again.
If you're curious about his background, we did an interview with him, but we will not reference it at any time.
I don't even remember which episode it was, but yes,
reasons.
there.
Honestly, the numbers don't even make sense. So
It was in season 8.
season
right.
8.
That's right.
Well, welcome to our show, unpaid weather intern Mark Withy, Reverend.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Bless you.
Somebody.
Bless you. I need it. I honestly, you know what? That could be the entire show. So Gonky,
Yeah,
we're here.
we are, man. How's it going? How was your week, sir?
I'm on the wrong side here. Fix that. Let's see. Tried to start a podcast without you. Got demonetized within, actually worse than demonetized. The entire stream got banned midstream. Made it 15 minutes, right, Douglas?
That was epic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I mean,
15 whole minutes. You want me to show you how it happened?
nope.
See if they catch us this time.
Yeah.
See how good they are at that. I got
Well,
one right.
are you out of jail? Like
There was no jail. There was
No
no jail. In
jail?
fact, it was very nice. It's like you may not know the rules. So we're not going to give you a strike. We're just going to let you know that that's why we took down your stream midstream.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
So
The rules are you can fondle, manipulate, as long as it's safe, firearms in uploaded content. But if you handle, store, transport, look at, think about any kind of firearm during a live stream, the AI gets you.
So can you live stream your new podcast this week with starting over?
Oh yeah, we're good now. I could have uploaded that directly. Because we continued. I was on because I did the streaming on Twitch or X and Twitch and X, and I could have taken that stream and re-uploaded it, and it would have been fine.
Could we show a clip from that stream on this stream?
That's meta. I would not.
Yeah.
I would not.
Just so the folks know what we're talking about.
I was trying to review the HTX one, the primary arms optic, and I held it up for the camera, and that was the AI lost its mind.
It was attached to a handgun.
It was. Well, how else is it going to be mounted? Come on.
Did Mover flash any, gang signs or anything?
He held
No
it
more than
sideways for the
usual.
camera.
No more than usual.
No more than usual. I had a couple bands in my hand too, and my, the standard purple drank.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what. Actually, it's pink. Reverend, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Been out getting some sun, taking some pictures of things, living a life of danger. It's been good since I've been on last, and a lot of stuff has happened. Last week I was bitten on the nose by an ostrich.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it your fault?
No.
Were you asking for it?
I may have been looking at it very closely, and then it reached out and pecked.
What's
Were
the
you at
one
a
that
zoo?
spits at you?
Well, I was, as a navigator, I was visiting my fellow cohort. Those things with wings that cannot fly of their own, own power.
That's us too, though. We have wings and don't fly.
Yes, but you once were. You once were able to.
My
On
wings
the
are
other hand,
clipped.
you're like maybe somebody's pet parrot that's been clipped and now kept in a cage on YouTube and the Air Force. And just bit my nose, and
Maybe that's a
surprised.
sign of affection from one flightless bird to another.
It could be. It could be. And we made amends afterwards. I held out a handful of corn and it ate it. And, it was a professional recognizance or something. I don't know.
Did it hurt? It seems like that could really hurt.
It was more surprising than anything. It was like a good vigorous squeeze
Like
on the
a
nose,
hawk.
but
He honked. It was
Yes.
like a honk. It's like a clown,
Yeah.
if you will.
Aren't those things like 7 feet tall, dude? Anything that's bigger than me, I stay away.
yes, yeah, they are very large. They're apparently you really just don't want to get behind them in any way because their kick is very dangerous.
It's like a horse.
Yeah. So they're apparently quite able to take out larger animals, but they're just, I think, curious, and they have a brain that's smaller than their eyeball.
So they are like a navigator.
Dude, I totally saw that coming.
So
I wasn't gonna offend our
Wow.
guest mover.
it's like a family
said-
reunion over here. No one, a lot of family reunions do end up in fights. So-
Hey,
We finally get a yes on a guest, and here we are. It's like,
will
well, you
only
can
ever
bring
be me
Wombat
and you.
back, or I could just talk to you about Porsches all evening.
yeah, you're a Porsche
you
guy.
own
You're
more
a Porsche
Porsches
guy.
than Wombat.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I
I'd say
rode
you're
it.
an enthusiast.
Please elaborate.
Well, I had the older Porsche for some time, and then did the reasonable thing as a unpaid weather intern, and went out and bought a second Porsche, so I'd have a cabriolet option for al fresco driving along the Gulf Coast.
It's been nice too. Today was a very lovely day.
Yeah, it was beautiful driving down 90. Got the sun down or the top down, and the sun was out. It was gorgeous. A lot better than August when it was 90 degrees and blazing.
Like
Yeah.
the saddles. Hey, did you buy your $10,000 Barrett?
No. As a unpaid intern, weather intern, the
Totally not
I've
working for the government, by the way.
I've sworn off all Palmetto State daily deals emails. Those are a danger to
Unsubscribed.
even the most fully employed wallet.
But
yeah,
it's
we
in your
did the
cart though,
unsubscribe.
right? You got a whole bunch of stuff in your
That's
cart.
how he
that's
knows
just
how much it
waiting.
is.
Yeah, no, they send out these things to tease you, and you have to add it to your cart to see the price, and then you go, "Damn, that's a really good price." However, at present time, I have other priorities for the budget.
Food and water.
That's an
Yeah,
expensive
well,
toy
but
to feed.
it's interesting to see what's out there, and I have a variety of hobbies, so it's just one of the many things that I blow all my money on while it remains.
Obviously, you're a zookeeper.
Yes. Well, that was just a farm for more of a attraction of some ostrich enthusiasts down in Curacao. There was a South African man that moved there and opened this ostrich place.
Were you looking for the nude beach? Got lost.
So having been both in Miami and Curacao, which are supposedly home to nude beaches, the first thing I will say is people that are on nude beaches are not the ones you'd want to see naked.
That's true.
Hands down. And that really sums it up.
A lot of things down. A lot of things down. Not just the hands.
It's a honey trap. You don't want to go. It's just
Yeah.
you don't want to see it.
That's funny.
Gonky, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm eating again, which helps.
That's right. You missed the check-in because you went to the wrong studio.
That's right.
Everybody's like, "Where's Gonky?"
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chat was very disappointed.
I tried to show up. So
He doesn't know how to drop down.
with you, I did a 72-hour fast, just water and Himalayan salt, and I broke the fast on the day that Mover debuted his show, and I tried to hop on, but I think in my malnourished delirium, I was not able to successfully
He sat there by
navigate
himself, staring at himself in the camera.
pretty much. So yeah, so I'm eating again, which is cool. We did trick or treat with the kids, which was fun. We did a pumpkin patch thing with the kids, which was fun. I put the whether you'll appreciate this, I put the manual, took the auto clutch out of my kid's dirt bike today and put the manual clutch in it and took him out, and he actually does it quite well, which made me proud as a dad. Yeah, man, just Just doing the dad thing, the husband thing, and trying to get some work done. So it's been busy, but it's been good. Really good.
Last show of the beard for this month. It's drill weekend.
Let me think. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, don't shave it off till Friday evening. We'll see.
Allegedly.
Good.
Do you think anybody would notice if I just didn't shave it and just show it up like this?
Yes, somebody would notice.
I think you got maybe one more month to swing that look, and the crackdown begins.
Would personally arrive at the base and knife hand me.
I think if you just went straight to your office, they just called me. Oh, hey, can you guys just scan me in? You could probably make it, dude. Just hide out.
Of course, you could also just, you could maybe roll in and like maybe say you're just a little worried you got a COVID mask on, just like.
People used to do that back in the COVID days. They would grow the beards and just wear the mask. Yeah. It's not the worst plan. It's not the worst plan in the world. Well, anyway, cool. That's enough jibber jabber for today. Let's see what the kids at home have said about us. Spider says high mover and thin Gonky. I can guess. Thin Gonky. Is there a fat Gonky?
Even my wife says that I thinned out a little bit after my 3-day fast, but I've been after my kid has a little bit of a peanut allergy, so I've been eating all the Snickers out of his Halloween candy bag, so I'm sure I'm putting it back on. So thanks, Spider.
Chili says don't trust an ostrich. She would know. She's in Australia where everything there is trying to kill her.
Yeah, that's true.
All the animals and wildlife. Yep. Very dangerous place. Spiders are actually spiders.
Snakes.
Skid. Time for an ostrich burger.
Yep.
And then Alec, our homie, Alex Aviation and Adventures. Good to see you, bud. Hey guys, were you trying to kiss the ostrich? And that's why you're bitten. No judgment here.
Should I send a picture to Gonky or to you?
Those sweet ostrich lips.
It would you're gonna have to send it to Gonky. Gonky, can you get?
Yeah, send it to me, dude. I'll send it to Doug.
I don't have my phone because I'm polite.
We're a high-tech operation here.
Well, in the meantime, let me tap dance and do some other stuff so the show doesn't just get quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Dead air.
There's nothing like dead air.
Yeah. I'll get it. We can.
Although I was listening to Dr. Laura on the way to the training today, and she uses pregnant pauses.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just,
I don't know. It's one of the things she does, I guess. I don't know. There's pauses. There's dead air on the Dr. Laura show.
All right. It's inbound to Doug, dude.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, let's talk about this was perhaps one of the strongest hurricanes in the whole history of the universe. And NOAA P3s went through it because they're the only hurricane hunters out there.
The only ones.
There's no other ones. And it was a bumpy ride. And Douglas will show us. That's not the camera being slow, folks. That's how slow it is.
That's how slow P3 actually is. Yeah. Everyone's leaning forward. Faster.
They have Kermit the Frog that's being hung from a noose. That's probably bad.
That's bad.
You can't do that. Is that the
not easy
navigator or the engineer that's doing the throttles?
That would be the flight engineer.
So they have no auto throttles. They have just one man who does it for them.
The hat is kind of a giveaway.
Oh, he's got an engineer hat, like he's a train conductor.
Well, it is a P3, man.
Wow.
What is he?
Oh
boy.
It's called turbulence.
Oh boy.
I feel like they should wear helmets.
I mean, the guy holding the camera, he must be in a jump seat strapped in, man, because man, look at poor Kermit, dude. That guy, he's done.
Well, Kermit's been dead for a while. That's Kermit's not having a good day. Boy, it's a good thing there are only hurricane hunters.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Without
those NOAA guys. Whew.
without those
And
NOAA
gals.
guys. For legal reasons, this is a joke, by the way. Everybody that is going to comment and correct me,
Right.
that was just a joke. I am aware there are other ones out there. Okay, weather intern, Reverend, tell us your thoughts on what you just watched.
As a unprofessional photographer, the first thing I would say is that time you are flying through a significant portion of turbulence like that, and you are holding your phone or other recording device, it will shake a lot. It'll shake a lot if you're just driving down the highway and just a little bit of bumps like that. So that will always accentuate the perceived turbulence flying through the storm.
So you're saying it looks worse than it is?
Yeah, and if you're looking at that video, they're very obviously in the eye of the hurricane and approaching the edge there, and that's not where you'd expect in a hurricane to see that turbulence. At least that's from my amateur perspective.
Right,
from what you've read,
Twitter enthusiast.
Yes.
So, and I'm going to ask this question. Do you think there's a rivalry amongst hurricane teams, much like Anchorman? Like, do they go out in parks and fight each other? Like, is there a NOAA versus perhaps Air Force hurricane hunters rivalry?
I didn't spend all that money on a trident for nothing.
Dude, that's funny. Oh, dude.
But seriously, I mean, first of all, I mean, I feel for those people that got hit with that hurricane because, I mean, Jamaica, it hasn't been much out. Did it just get leveled? Is it?
The western side of Jamaica did see very, very severe damage. The things I've seen online are really comparing it to a high-end tornado almost with the level of destruction, whether that is from mesocyclones, which are essentially small tornadoes that are embedded in the eye wall of the hurricane, or just the sheer strength of Hurricane Melissa. Can't really speak to that, but it did really level a lot of towns in western Jamaica.
Wait, did you say there's tornadoes inside the hurricane?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Sharknado, but even better is that in the eye wall of the hurricane, you'll have what the weather folks, the paid weather folks would call mesocyclones, which is really like a water spout or tornado that's there embedded in the eye wall, and you'll see those as hurricanes make interaction with land, those type of things will spin up, and they can cause an exceptional level of damage because they're even tighter. More rapid winds that are in there, making a bad day even worse.
Wow.
Is it true that they registered 211 or 210, 200 plus mile an hour winds at one point in that storm?
I saw that on Twitter. Of course, I don't have any personal knowledge of that.
No, not direct. I'm just asking what you've heard through the grapevine.
But yes, I heard a rumor from a friend who saw someone at 31 Flavors.
Takes
cousins,
pictures.
Uncles told them.
Is it true?
Yeah, I think so. It sounded like that did happen. I mean, if you can't trust what you see on Twitter, who can you trust? But I would say it's probably pretty true.
Speaking of Twitter, there was an amazing picture of the eye wall taken by some amateur photographer.
I got to say, I saw that myself. Obviously, a must be a ruggedly handsome professional who is extremely capable in his craft. No doubt a extraordinarily professional aviator. I saw that online and I had to marvel at it.
As we all did.
So if you want to know what AI thinks, Flying Cowboy is a nickname for the crew member who captured stunning footage of the eye wall and eye of the recent Hurricane Melissa. The term Flying Cowboy is a reference to their daring mission, which included flying through the eye wall, the storm's most dangerous part, where wind speeds are highest, to gather data. The eye wall surrounds the hurricane's calm eye and is characterized by towering thunderstorms and heavy rain.
Flying Cowboy and Dogfight Brother. What a combo.
Flying Cowboy of Justice. Boy, I wish we could get the Flying Cowboy on the show.
Well, maybe
That gotta
someday
be
you'll.
super.
He's too good for us, man. It's too cool for us.
He's too cool for school, I guess. I don't know. But I
Yeah.
do have that picture, and I'd like to show it to you so you can perhaps lean on the rumors that you've heard about it and tell us what we're looking at. Could you do that for us? Tell us what Flying
definitely.
Cowboy saw.
I watched the Weather Channel last night. So yeah,
Wow.
that looks like the eye wall of a hurricane there.
Mhm.
You know,
Updraft.
that
There's
one,
like upflow, right? It's flowing. Some looks up.
yeah, if I understand it correctly, you get the outflow that comes up the eye and then out, and then you'll see kind of waves of that, the outflow going out from the storm. You can really just see that on the satellite view.
Mhm. If you were to take that picture, would you use the bubble?
You know, ideally, yeah. If I were going to be taking that kind of picture, I would definitely want to use a bubble in the top of the plane.
Because
You know,
there
that's
is a
not
bubble.
always-
The C-130's got an observation bubble. I learned this.
Mm.
Did I forget now? Was that in place when you had your Herc ride? The
We
hostage
put the 360
crisis?
camera. That's how we
Oh,
got the
that's-
cool shot of it flying over when they were shackling.
That's right.
That's very cool. Gonky, you should go ride on a C-130 one day.
I should. I'd love to. I mean, I would, but I'm not sure any C-130ing is going on right now. So,
We
Well-
have no opinion on these matters.
no, I know. That's what I'm saying. So, the next opportunity, I'll jump on it.
Okay. Manchester. Dang
it.
All right. Thus ending our scripture lesson. Thank you, Reverend, for that information on that storm.
I'm still like that flight engineer. That monkey in the
Yeah.
throttles like that. That's pretty wild.
Is that worse? Let me ask you this, Gonky. Is having a third dude or dudette running your throttles worse than when the tanker dudes hold hands when they're on the throttle?
I would rather have a flight engineer working for me because then it's just like auto throttles.
Yeah. You're not touching anybody.
Yeah.
When I've seen the people holding hands on the throttle,
Yeah,
that's
that's
where I
weird.
draw the line.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think one area where having a flight engineer is potentially an advantage is you aren't going to be relying on auto throttles going through anything where you have sudden changes in the wind, where you can go from 100 knot headwind to 100 knot tailwind in just a matter of seconds. So you could have a situation where both pilots are working to keep the aircraft at a good attitude. And, maybe it's nice to just have a third person who's solely watching the airspeed and the engine condition. Of course, the P3s got a much more analog engine stack. And so in that case, a flight engineer is going to be really great to be monitoring that engine stack going through a very turbulent experience.
So has the P3 and the C-130 ever been like two circle in the storm together, like in the eye?
I've
Or
seen
one
pictures
circle
of
even?
it. I saw a guy that took some pictures of that happened. Actually, several occasions. That's from what I've seen on Twitter. That's been happening for
Do
years.
you know? Do they
Yeah.
talk, or are they just kids? The cowboy country.
They're on fingers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's mostly just inverted, keeping up relations.
You flip them off through the bubble? I mean, somebody flips them off through the bubble?
I'm not saying that it's happened.
You could probably
Dude.
never mind. Anyway, that's good. It's good information. You
Perfect.
could have a stack, right? You could have the C-130, the P3, and then their G5 or whatever they fly around in.
Yeah, so the if you look in the National Hurricane Operations Plan, that's all spelled out, and the G4 will overfly up to Category 2 hurricanes. Beyond that, they're not going to be doing that. But you can have multiple. You could have two of those NOAA hurricane hunters in the storm at the same time. They would be stacked at, say, 8,000 and 10,000 feet respectively, deconflicting over the radio using air-to-air TACAN to keep the separation. Along with if you got ADS-B, sometimes that'll work as well.
Who gets to be 6X and who's 69X?
Really, just whoever wants to. The National Hurricane Operations Plan doesn't really delineate who's assigned what. They would have to work that out on the radio amongst or maybe, if it's two NOAA planes, they would just, coordinate that on the ground.
With the
Or I guess
trident.
now as the kids do, it would be, Gonky, help me with that math.
What?
6x, 69x. So you'd be 4x.
Oh, dude.
What the kids are doing, the 6-7
Nice.
thing.
Oh, I saw that 6-7 thing and I don't get it at all. Like I don't
Because
have
they're nerds, is what that is. Like, you got 2 more to get to 69, and that is the standard number. You don't need 67 because you got 69.
Yeah, I don't get it. I saw some people like wearing shirts for like Halloween. I don't know.
I'm disappointed.
I'm almost a boomer.
Chomp says, any comments on President Trump's remarks on electromagnetic catapults and elevators and the EO to get the Navy back to steam and hydraulics? Gonky, you have the floor.
Yeah, I read a couple articles about this today. So when he was visiting one of the Nimitz class boats, I can't remember which one, but he mentioned that because of all the problems they're having with the electromagnetic catapults, he was going to make an executive order saying Navy go back to steam power. So I don't know if he's really going to do it or not. Reading the article, it talked about the magnetic catapults when they figure them out are going to be a lot more reliable, but I can't remember one case of a steam powered catapult going down. It's not like in Top Gun, the first one, it's like cats 3 and 4 are down. Like the catapults always worked, and we were doing combat apps, I mean, all day, most of the night, and those steam powered catapults work just fine. I think it's good to have a good mix because I don't know how susceptible they are to like an EMP or something like that, but kind of like electric dirt bikes, I think it's dumb to have an electric catapult, but that's just my own opinion. So I actually like electromagnetic. Sorry. And he talked about the elevators too, just the old school hydraulic stuff. And I think there is actually a place for the older tried and true simple things that work. I mean, we seem infatuated with just more tech and electronics and crap as time goes on, and I don't think that's always better. But what actually happens to the future of aircraft carriers as far as the catapults, anybody's guess.
I know he's the commander in chief, but it is a little non-standard to have an EO about something like that. That's the only question I have, is that's a little bit new.
Yeah, well, he was on a boat that had steam powered catapults, so I mean, I'm sure he was.
You can't get the steam from the intro of Top Gun.
Yeah.
It's
like there's no. Yeah, the beginning of the movie, Top Gun 6 would just be like boring.
Nerds.
Yeah, it'll be F-35s.
Pew, 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 pew. Like nothing.
Yeah, unmanned whatevers and
the UCAV. Laura B says, wait. The other week we learned Gonky shops at Hobby Lobby. This week we learned Mover listens to Dr. Laura. I bet they each secretly have live, laugh, love decor.
That's funny.
I mean,
I know what's going in Mover's office this week.
Right on the door.
It's a good thing you don't know where my office is as an unpaid intern.
Oh.
Think about it.
That's funny.
Man, I wish we had the names because it's not much. Evening, boys. Do the USAF Hurricane Hunters have a flight engineer to do the throttle? It's kind of weird to see someone hunched over like that doing power. What do the non-flight engineer aircraft do? No, they fly J models, right? They don't have. Let's ask our enthusiast, sir.
Just from what I know about the C-130J model, that all of those just are a 2-pilot aircraft with no flight engineer, as opposed to the older planes. So it would really then be dependent on the pilots to work the throttles themselves. They don't have a throttle butler as it is.
Do you think those guys ham fist them like that flight engineer was doing?
I think I saw a video of it. And so I'd say they probably do, just
okay.
back forth.
if you're not an engineer, are you allowed to wear that hat though? Because that's the biggest loss I see.
I like that hat.
I do like the hat.
Yeah.
I would say that would probably fall under some recent guidance about morale patches and other
Stolen
accoutrement.
valor. It's stolen valor is what it is. Hey, we do have a resident engineer, so Crazy Pete, we
Yeah.
apologize
Yeah.
for anything. We won't insult you. John JD says, I hear amateur photographers who fly through the eye of a hurricane must carry brass cojones. Heard from a friend.
All I can say is that my cojones took a beating. I went cliff diving on a recent trip someplace, and it's important to keep your feet together when you're jumping off a big cliff from a tropical island location.
That's
valid.
why.
That's valid.
That's why you're the tropical cowboy of danger's biggest fan,
Yes. Yeah. Great man. Truly great.
man or woman.
I love it.
I mean, have we ever established that on Twitter? We don't know.
I think it would
Cowboys-
be a cowgirl of danger in that case.
Not these days. Cow person.
Cow person. Yeah. There you go.
I think
Even
that's a whole
us.
different website.
Elias says, massive respect to all the hurricane hunters. 890-ish millibars was a historical gradient reading. Pound cumulus cowboys.
Cumulus.
It's going to go great on the podcast.
Yellow
Oh,
flag
boy.
mover.
I just got us canceled.
Way to go.
Yeah. Do we have a response to that from our...
So I kind of, as a unpaid intern, I just I more of a casual observer of this, but by all reports, this was a really record-breaking storm in the Atlantic Basin. I don't really know what the strongest is historically, but by all reports, it was a one for the record books.
Do you think George Bush caused this?
Personally or professionally?
I mean,
George Bush as personal or as a professional.
I don't know. I'm just asking a question.
I feel like he's probably moved on to other things.
I mean,
Mover, that's
Too political?
26.28, man.
I guess the first thing I would be is like, what's the motive? Did like he take have a bad trip to Sandals Resort?
Well,
and
I
just,
mean,
like screw them.
he caused Katrina.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's
I was here for that. Personally attacked. What is 26.28? These numbers don't mean anything to me.
instead of 890 comma units, it's 26. That's the altimeter setting, 26.28.
No, we do millibars. That's fine. We don't need to convert that.
I like you. Really?
Yeah, when it comes to hurricanes, that's
Is that standard? All right.
800 is pretty low.
Did in the fighter, could you punch in millibars? Did it auto convert, or did you have to?
Oh, 2992.
Superpower coming through. We just do what we want. Come get me.
Yes. The rat out. Just turn on the rat out. I'll keep you from hitting the ground.
Yeah, until they crank up the 5G.
Hey, Crazy Pete says y'all are on thin ice, but I'll let it slide this time.
Have we asked Crazy Pete what the airplane in his avatar is?
It's a biplane of some sort.
Some sort of biplane, yeah.
It looks
You know
pretty
what I
cool.
watched? Because Doug doesn't do Nerd Ops with me anymore. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. He does a biplane. No, it's not. But I mean, he does the stunts are pretty cool, but the story is like the writing is not great on that show at all.
Is this another dig at Navs and Dead Reckoning? And
No, they couldn't come up with any Final Reckoning. This one's Final Reckoning. Yeah, Final Reckoning. The last one was Dead Reckoning. This is whatever it is. It's a 3-hour movie, and the first part's a highlight reel of the old movies, which was pretty cool. And then there's some cool stunts, and Tom Cruise runs around a lot. And then they finally realize that if they just unplug the system, it works. I mean,
This is the latest one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's continue on with our lives because we need to, and this show must go on. We've got news from a Piper Cub managed to. Oh wait, no, we got this. This is even more important.
Oh, dude.
Wait, who took the picture?
I did. It was a selfie, and then like a second later, it bit my nose.
Dude, that's not a bite. That's a kiss.
Yeah, that bird's leaning
that's
in.
the tilted head. She's about to close her eyes.
It's leaning in.
Withy's eyes are already closed. You just can't see.
Yeah, you know you can. You can kind of see the creases from him doing this. I mean,
right.
all the signs are there, dude. This is a romantic moment.
I think it's an indication of bravery, personally. I would never get that close to an ostrich.
This is
Yeah,
iconic.
no
If
kidding.
you made this black and white, this could be your, like, you know how those couples where they have, it's like Mark and we'll call her Tanya, Mark and Tanya Withy on Facebook because one of y'all cheated. This is your profile picture for Mark and Tanya Withy on Facebook.
Is that a wild hog back there walking away? What is that?
It is. There were dozens of little piglets running around.
That's a pig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that ANSI 87 eyewear like you'd wear at the range? No, it's flying eyes.
No, they're gators.
Oh. Are they, I mean, could they have protected you from a beak strike?
Oh yeah, gators are some really great sunglasses. I started wearing them a couple years ago. Oakley was my previous eyewear of choice, but I feel like they've kind of gone downhill in recent years. And I'd heard Andy Stump talking about gators a fair amount, and they've turned out to be awesome.
Influencer marketing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you consider having relations with either of the other emos in the back? Ostriches? Like there's 3 to choose from. How'd you pick this one?
This one just kind of came up to me, and I think what it was doing was looking at its reflection in my glasses and just getting pissed off.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, I'm with Doug on this one. You're not going to catch me doing that.
Renee says she's in love, and I agree with that.
I do too.
I think that's love.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Must be nice. All right, Doug, focus on your other task at hand. Do we not have a better well, we just use this video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull it up.
So a Piper Cub ended up in the bozosphere.
This is wild.
And Doug, perhaps we could listen to it. Anyway, October 28th, Cub Crafters Carbon Cub UL piloted by
TA-18. Wow, this is a stud. How was the TA-18 going? Flight level 350. He's currently
got
at
up to 37,000 feet.
Goodness.
Center, do you show a climb rate for you from there?
November 1 for uniform Lima, I show a 400 foot climb rate.
Roger, thank you.
What's it attribute to, Doug? Can you scroll down on the side?
That's amazing.
It was a tribute to Jim Richmond, Cub Crafters founder, and his vision to take the Super Cub and make it even better. Decades of innovation, collaboration, and boundary-pushing spirit brought this achievement to life. Dude, how cold do you think? Because that's like B-17 stuff, right? Where you got to wear the heated jacket. 60 knots, 35,000 feet.
That's not bad. I mean, he's probably doing, what, 100 true? Wait, does it tell you?
113.
113. Look at that, man.
2992. There you go. 127 knots across the ground. He set the bug at 50,000 because he's ambitious like that.
Does it have his fuel burn? Can you see it?
Well, so they're non-RVSM, aren't they? I wonder how that worked out.
Oh, yeah. Well, so, I mean, sometimes they'll let you up there. They used to let
that's
us
true.
up there.
I mean, we used to.
Back in the day.
And you said that's a Rotax engine?
Yeah, turbocharged Rotax. But I don't know, like I couldn't find which one, like what the horsepower was. I mean, I don't know.
I would have thought it like a turbine or something, but
no, it's gas, man. So he made it to 37,000.
Yeah, well, the barrow out was 35.6.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The GPS altitude was 37,000.
Wow. I
I
think
mean,
what's the highest you've had a GA airplane up to?
I don't know, 12,000 feet, 10, 12, 13,000, something like that.
Yeah. I think like 12.5. I took like a
Yeah.
Piper Warrior up.
Yeah.
Took all day.
No, I mean, he had supplemental oxygen, but I can't imagine like the cold.
Yeah.
And just staying on that mask that long, and that's an old school. If you look at the mask, it's like an old school, like World War II mask, right? He's not wearing like a fighter helmet. And
I mean, how long do you think it took him to get up there? Hour?
It took probably a minute. I mean, he's off the California coast.
Yeah.
Right. Off the Pacific.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Reverend, what do you think?
The thing that strikes me is I know that there's supplemental oxygen systems for GA aircraft, but I usually think about that as like, people flying in the mid upper teens at most, not going up to 30,000+ feet. And I'm just kind of curious, like, are those systems really designed and reliable enough for that?
I mean, good point. Especially like the pressure, the pressure breathing too, because the air is less dense.
Yeah, and was it Payne Stewart that had the depressurization incident several years back? And once you get up that high, your time of useful consciousness is really getting down there. And then if you did have an issue, I don't even think you could get a Piper Cub down that quickly.
No.
You're riding a real razor's edge.
That's a good point, dude. Yeah, because emergency descent in a Piper Cub at 35,000 feet. I mean, honestly, I don't know what that looks like.
What do you need? I mean, nothing's pressurized. You're already on oxygen. So what?
No, but he's saying like if your oxygen system fails,
yeah.
I mean, at 35,000. I mean, he probably had like a standby, like a hand. I don't know.
Spare bottle. Yeah, backup.
You would think so. Yeah, maybe. I mean,
or he's just riding around hypoxic. I mean.
Best flight
I
ever.
lived most of my life. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything tingles. Why is everything?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point you just got to throw caution into the wind and go set your record in your Piper Cub.
Oh, absolutely, and it's an awesome thing to have done. I just thinking personally, it's one of those things. Makes me a little nervous, thinking about doing something like that myself.
You think he filed a jetway? It's like, let's put 100-knot Piper like right on the corridor.
I hope so, and I hope the controller was, what's your next point? State Mach.
Yeah,
0.1.
State Mach. Dude, that's right.
Yeah, is that 0.1 60 knots? Yeah, I guess it is.
Say speed. I would just literally say speed.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, you're not going to like what I tell you.
It's a ludicrous speed. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
That's awesome. Well, dude, up there, if he's headed in the winter, right? If he's headed west, he's actually probably flying east.
Well, he was going east. 3.5.
Well, yeah. So I mean, you have the jet stream on your back if you're headed east.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you're.
Well, they only had 100. I mean, I must have been negligible because his ground speed was almost the same as his true. That's cool. Good for him.
It is cool.
Oh wow. Alec says dad moves train cars. He got a hat or two. There you go.
Okay. Awesome.
But it's stolen valor. I don't move train cars. Lou says it was a Rotax 916 and the temp was -44. Is that metric or American?
Should be American.
Okay. Right? Another point. I have no idea what the fuel freezing temp is for whatever gas that takes, but I know in some other aircraft that can become an issue up at high altitude, and I don't know.
Dude, it's gas, so it's 160 horse turbocharged little 4-cylinder engine. It's fuel injected.
Max freezing point for avgas is minus 72 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Yeah.
4-stroke.
So
Yeah,
we're good on
dang,
that.
dude. Yeah. That's amazing, man. 160 horse, got that. Actually, for a Cub, that's a lot of power. Because don't they normally have like 80, 90, something like
These
that?
new carbon Cubs are like, because carbon, right? They're super light, and then they have big motors. I think they're putting turbines on them, aren't they?
On a Cub?
Yeah, aren't there some people doing stoll competitions with turbine versions?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
we
I've
need
seen that with some of these Alaska bush pilots doing crazy stuff.
That's what Mike Patey did. He put a turbine on a stoll aircraft.
You wouldn't need a runway, man.
He didn't. No, he didn't. Just put the flaps down, and it would cruise around at like 160 or 180 knots.
That's wild.
Yeah. Warhorse says Bug Smasher shall inherit the earth, and the little Piper Cub shall lead.
Must be a fan, yeah. Yeah, dude, there are some pictures of you're right, Turbine Cubs.
Sarge Charge says should have deployed the Piper against the Chinese balloon.
Oh, dude.
It'd be more economical.
Yeah. Probably a more stable gun platform at those speeds and balloon speeds.
Pop it with your 9mm.
Yeah. It's got a prop, dude. You just gotta fly right through it, right?
I think that might mess up your prop.
Might.
Sarge Charge says next they're going to tow the space shuttle with a Piper like this Toyota commercial.
Nice.
I agree. All right. Some of us have a new boss, Gonky.
The rumor.
I thought you were taking this. Sorry.
Oh.
You said words like it was a great segue. So I was like,
yeah.
send it.
Great segue. Senate confirms. How do you pronounce
Wilsbach.
Wilsbach as Air Force Chief of Staff? So it was on Thursday. They confirmed him as the newest Chief of Staff. He replaces the former Chief of Staff, Alvin. Yeah, man. So he's going to be the 24th Chief of Staff of the Air Force, and he's of a fighter background, whereas the previous guy was previous Chief of Staff was more on the heavy side. But I don't know. He's got his work cut out for him because we've talked about many times in the show challenges that are facing the Air Force here in the future: manning, aircraft, technology, all that stuff. So yeah, so he has experience as a F-15, F-16, F-22 pilot. He's got combat time, 71 combat missions during freedom. And yeah, what do you think, Mover?
Well, looking at his resume, he has F-15C, F-16C, MC-12, F-22A. He is not an Academy nerd. So Florida ROTC, University of Florida ROTC program. So good for him. I mean,
potential? We hope.
Yeah,
we're hopeful.
6,000 hours.
Wow. 6,000 hours?
6,200 hours.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot.
He's got the Bronze Star, Distinguished Service Medal, Distinguished Service Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, Distinguished Service Medal, Defense Distinguished Service Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, Legion of Merit, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, Meritorious Service Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, Air Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, Aerial Achievement Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, Air and Space Commendation Medal with 2 Oak Leaf Clusters, and an Air and Space Achievement Medal.
He's got a little more chest candy than I do for sure.
He started in 1985.
Wow.
He made 06 in 2004. He made Brigadier General in 2009, Major General in 2013, Lieutenant General in 2016, and just old General in 2020.
He's been in for 40 years, dude. Wow. Wow. Yeah. 4 decades. That's crazy.
He's got a Bachelor of Science Broadcast Communication from the University of Florida.
There we go.
Went to Squadron Officer School. He went to Fighter Weapons Instructor course at Nellis. I mean, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Good luck, sir. Please.
Yes. We are all counting on you.
Yeah. If you need any help, Gonky's available. He will give you all the advices.
Yeah. Major
Intern,
Gonky.
what's your question about this? Or statement?
I'm frankly very impressed. 6,000 hours in a fighter type aircraft that's a lot. You know, I know some people that have that many hours in other platforms, heavy platforms, and that's a lot of time sitting in the seat of a heavy aircraft, and to be in ejection seat aircraft for that many
Well,
hours.
Probably a couple thousand of that is MC-12.
That could be,
Yeah.
but it's still a tremendous
you're
amount
right.
of time. So
Yeah.
in my mind, that would be a great move, because it's obviously someone that has had a very ops centric career and hasn't been focused on working those staff positions. But you know, the same time they did do their ACSC early and often.
Did they though? Because he made lieutenant colonel in the 90s. Did that even exist in 99?
I doubt that is a new
like
thing for the Air Force.
I feel like it's new.
Dude, I mean, he's a F-15 baby, so that's the only thing that concerns me slightly.
Yeah, but we're accepting of all cultures now.
We are, but
So,
it is the Eagle culture.
but it was the
so-
Eagle culture back in the 80s.
But is that good or bad?
That's
I don't
back
They
know.
when
didn't
actually-
even have the family model back then.
Back then, they
That's
were prepping for war against the commies,
Mhm.
and they were actually going to go air to air against commies.
Right.
So, you know, newer generations had no mission, but back then,
I see what you're saying.
104 to 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and as the world turns now, once again, the commies. So, I mean, he's perfectly positioned to fight the commies if we need to.
Oh yeah, that's not my concern. I just you know, I have Eagle concerns. I've got a lot of friends that fly the Eagle. I'm just giving them a hard time, but
No one
Yes.
will think that, Gonky. They will, for whatever reason, take whatever you say and be mad at me. They're going to think that I am saying something offensive.
Are any of them Italian, Gonky?
How do they feel about plumbers and princesses?
not that I know
Cut
of.
move or loose on that.
Not that I
Yeah.
know of.
Yes. What's this family name? Well, what country is that from that we can maybe insult? Okay, that's enough of that. We're probably
Perfect.
fired. I bet he didn't
Probably.
watch the show though, so that's good.
Maybe. Never know.
Well, if he needs any help, we have ideas.
We
Hey, Gonky.
Yes, sir.
So a certain Xer, famous across the land, has said that if you see this picture and think it means anything, you don't know anything about military aviation. So I'm going to show you this picture, and you tell me what it means, if anything. I want to see how much you know about military aviation. Doug, can you make it full screen again like you had it?
Yeah, I
You're
think
doing-
it's as good as it's going to get.
You had it there, though. I saw it.
No, that's what I've got. Let me try again.
Oh,
You like that better?
that's fine.
Yeah, that looks like
Double click the picture. There you go.
that looks like HUD footage of a Hornet, Super Hornet,
Mhm.
and it appears to be that Amy in the
It was an F-35B
Mhm.
from the Queen or the King now.
From His Majesty's
Royal Air Force.
Royal Air Force. Yeah.
Or
So what was
Royal
it? Wait,
Navy.
what was his
Whatever they're.
what
whoever
was
flies.
his beef with this beautiful picture?
Just that it doesn't mean anything.
Well, what it means to me is that he has angles, range, and closure completely under control. He's basically in the control zone with the pipper right behind the ducted fan of this F-35B, and he's about to saw off the little stubby wings that probably make the F-35 not the best dogfighter. He's pulling 36 alpha, which is good on him, you know, pulling to get the shot. 184 knot. Dude, this is perfect. He's got what, 2,500 feet before the deck. I mean, first of all, lightning getting gunned with 2,500 feet of usable space beneath you. That's probably a
Jink.
problem, too.
Jink.
Yeah, dude.
1,200 feet range,
Zero
V sub
V sub
C.
C. Perfect.
So
dude.
no closure. You're in the control zone.
This is like, yeah, it took me like halfway through my fleet tour to get this.
Well, you never fought
So.
Fat Amy.
No, but I mean to gun anything, it's very
I think-
challenging.
Well, I think the point of that tweet was that people, because this is not the first time they've done this, right? The bloggers fear and the people that have comments, they say, well, this means the F-35 is a piece of crap because of that. Because back when it was new, there was an article about F-16s gunning Fat Amy, and they were like, oh, it's crappy. What you're saying is correct in that this means that at this moment in time, 07/11/30 Zulu, on whatever day this was, the Super Hornet pilot used superior aviating skills. Although this could have been a defensive perch. This could have been a 3K. We don't know what the setup was. I mean, this could have just been a 3K.
Could have been, yeah. But even if it's a 3K, it's like, oof. Yeah, no, I know what he was getting at. The Super Hornet will be dead, before the merge. But dude, listen. If you've ever done beyond visual range fighting, dude, sometimes you find yourself at a merge. And hey, the F-35 is really good BVR, obviously, but maybe not so good within visual range. I don't know. I think it's a cool picture. And you know what? Like we've always said, could be a brand new guy in the F-35 and a, super experienced Top Gun dude in the F-18. So in the grand scheme of things, what does it mean? It means 2 pilots luckier than all of us got to go out and fight one another in fighters on what looks like a great day, have some fun, learn some things, and I'm jealous. That's actually what it means.
Maybe his wingman was out showboating and Jester came in.
Maybe this is Hangman with his
Hangman was just fine
of the entire war. And so I mean, dude, it is. Anytime you do dissimilar, you're gonna have stuff like this. You're gonna have the the gun track kill, HUD footage. It's fun, it's bragging rights. We're gonna trash talk, but at the end of the day, if the F-35 has an impressive sensor suite, I disagree with the need for the VTOL version, but we've talked about that enough on the show. Reverend, do you have any comments on this? Do you pray for them?
You said that was the RAF.
Was it the Doug? Who was that?
I think it was
Pretty sure it was
British. Yes.
Yeah, I thought we were done fighting the redcoats, but I'm glad to see we can still take them to task if need be.
In spirit. That's funny.
No, that it's cool to see guys out there having fun and practicing their skills.
Off the HMS Prince of Wales during dissimilar air combat training over the Pacific. Yeah, I'm so jealous, dude.
Over the Pacific.
Yeah, so they're doing probably blue water ops out there somewhere, man.
Oh, dude, you know how excited the Super Hornet guy was when he got back?
Yeah, of course, man.
It was a lieutenant. So when you look at the photo credit, it's a lieutenant commander. It's a commander. Sorry,
but is that the?
That's the dude that released the photo. So I'm assuming that's who took it. So that's who got the kill.
Maybe. I mean, like when we fought the French, right? I mean, there was guys with gun footage of the Rafale. We fought Eagles that. I think the Eagles were out of Hawaii. We had gun footage of them. I mean, like you said, man, it's a good time. You're right.
It's not newsworthy, but it's fun.
It is fun.
This doesn't mean the Super Hornet is anything compared. The problem is the general public, and they do this with cars too. They want absolute comparisons.
Yeah.
So they want this is better, and nobody understands the it depends. thing,
Yeah.
right? You know, am I doing a beam set? I probably want the Super Hornet. You know, am I doing beyond visual range stuff? Well, I mean, maybe.
But that doesn't mean the outcome is guaranteed. So like the public, dude, they just want a bench race. Like they just want all the
magazine racing,
specs. Yeah, all the specs on a sheet, and they just compare numbers. This number is bigger than this one, so this plane is better. It's like maybe.
I flew a 1967 model tail and used it to kill an F-22.
Yeah.
Does that mean the T-38A is superior to the F-22? No.
Yeah, right,
No.
dude.
No. Doesn't even mean I'm superior. It means that mistakes were made and debrief became super painful at that point for all of us. And I wish I hadn't done it because
yeah, dude. And I
got in trouble.
I've witnessed F5s smoking Super Hornets right out in Fallon. So I mean, you know, on the other end of the spectrum, the Hornet getting shot by an F5, and F5's certainly no match for an F-18. Usually on paper, correct. On paper. Usually, exactly.
Any given Sunday,
exactly, dude.
Any given Sunday does not matter. You can't take any absolute judgments out of this, other than one dude got bragging rights, and we can now throw their tea in the harbor once more.
It's cool.
And much like the Corvette, it may have those horsepower numbers, but I think Wombat and I can both attest that the Porsche is the superior rear engine vehicle.
I could disable like 4 of my cylinders and still be faster than your Porsche.
You know what? Like a mover, maybe it was like this in the F-16, but like I look at this HUD footage and like, granted, I flew the Super Hornet towards the end of my career, but when I was a fleet guy doing, dissimilar, dude, remember the A model? Like if this was the A model HUD, it would be like in 240p, right?
Oh yeah,
like the stuff would be bleeding over. Like this is a really clear.
It'd be black and white.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
You wouldn't even see a Fat Amy. You would just see like a blob and be like, "That's Fat Amy."
Yeah, it's valid. Trust me.
Yeah, trust me.
The thing that really comes to mind is we don't really have any context for who the pilots were. And you think back to stories about John Boyd and how he would just mop the floor with any comers that come in no matter really what aircraft is. He just had those extraordinary skills in the aircraft. And we don't know the relative skills of these pilots, who they are and what they're doing.
Well, that's a great point. We had a guy in my squadron, his call sign was Beamer. And he was one of the first Viper dudes, like one of the first Viper demo pilots. Amazing at BFM. I mean, gun you off the perch in a 9K, which is, as Gonky, you may know, is not an easy task. And,
dude.
They went out when the Raptor was brand new, and Block 30 Big Mouth versus F-22. And dude, he just crushed them. I mean, you're talking thrust vectoring F-22, and a guy in a Block 30 Big Mouth is destroying them with the gun because of exactly what you're talking about. Because, he's the high time, more hours than anybody, grew up flying the thing, and BFM was his thing.
That's what they did back then.
Thing. Yeah, BFM was this. For some people, BFM is just like otherworldly. Yeah. And for some people, we're just happy to get through that phase, and then we move on to the things that we think matter because, it's a bowling sport. Who cares? Anyway, all right. That's enough on that one. We've probably pissed off the internet a little bit. We got some things from the audience. Matt says, buy the Rev some Diet Coke. I know who that is. Buy the Reverend some Diet Coke. Hang in there, dude. It's a mutual friend.
Yes. Yeah.
The C-17 gave it. It's funny. I was just talking to him about fat dogs today, and he shows up with a picture of a fat airplane. Yeah.
Would S. Matt be a previous guest on the show?
Yes.
Maybe a former boss.
I don't know about that.
At your internship, I have no idea.
I have no idea about that.
Does it even call a boss if you're not getting paid? I mean,
that's true.
Hey, it's good that you volunteer. I too volunteer, and it's very rewarding. So,
charity work. It fills the soul with
As a
happiness.
reverend, I think you should be embracing it.
Yeah.
There's probably a quote from the Bible that you
That's
could
part
use.
of being a reverend, man. It's very selfless.
Yeah.
It's selfless.
Ask not what your country can do for you.
Not sure that's in the Bible. That's probably that's a speech given by
Mike Tyson once said.
Mike Tyson once said. Romans
speech,
2.
speech given by a notorious Catholic.
I mean,
Yeah, right. Valid.
he had some very religious moments. Sheriff's Blooper says, I was mad at Mover when I got here. I pre-gamed it. Thank you. Colonel Olds. Oh, Your Highness. Going Eagle to Viper would be sad. Not Your Highness. You take your $2 back and you're just wrong. Dude, I mean, amazing visibility, amazing maneuverability. You can start to like women again. I mean, there's all kinds of benefits to not flying the Eagle jet.
If nothing else, it's better to be a flying Viper pilot than a desk-bound Eagle guy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm a desk-bound Viper guy.
You're
So what's that? Where does that fit in your
You're the
matrix?
new generation mover. You're the latest. You're the latest.
You should consider a Herc Qual.
Wow, wow, wow. I hear them all the time outside my window. Crazy Pete says, used to see my HUD footage of my C-130E gunning Amy.
No HUD.
In the hold short.
Did you whatever does navs do on airplanes on the E?
Yeah, I probably have 400 or 500 hours in the E model. And they were actually at the schoolhouse at Little Rock for a long time and at Dias. And they were some old planes from the 60s. A lot of them had the Vietnam ribbons on the sides. And
Wow.
they were actually some great flying planes for a while. Until they finally went to the boneyard. I think there was one that ended up going to Afghanistan to join their Air Force. May it rest in peace. And so, yeah.
Awesome. From the audience, that photo was featured in the fall 2025 edition of The Hook magazine. The photo was taken by a VFA 27 Rhino, a part of the Talisman Saber exercise. Is there a train? Am I hearing a train?
You are hearing a train.
Oh, it's going by my house.
Are you on? Wait, are you on a train?
Where's your conductor hat?
Where's your
Where's
your engineer hat, dude?
Oh man,
That's perfect.
Hawkeye says aileron roll always works, right? If they'd have done an aileron roll, it would have probably been a little bit better. Yeah. Tic Tac's got my back. You should have saved it, Tic Tac, because we're going to talk about your alien buddies here in a minute. Having the most stellar BVR is best, but it's still fun to close in and play with the overly caffeinated F-18 pilots. Yeah, there you go. Robert says no, comma. Corvettes are vastly superior to Porsches.
Oh boy. Mover, you want him to come back, don't you? At some point.
No, Gonky. I want it to just be me and you forever.
Forever.
Forever. Brent also says, let's face it, all of us wish we flew the Viper, probably since the time we wore a diaper. That's paying homage to our Dos Gringos buddies, which we've had on this show, which shows that sometimes we actually bring it.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Gawky. China's got their new JLXX. Check this out. It's the L-15 Falcon twin engine trainer in flight, and it looks very similar to something you might have flown. But check that out. Side opening canopy.
Dude.
Click on the picture there, Douglas. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, yeah. Too bad they didn't put a regular canopy on it.
Well, I mean, if that's all you're worried about.
I mean, I think it's a funky looking airplane. Personally, I mean, I it does resemble.
The credit is Chinese internet.
Yes,
I thought everybody might enjoy that.
It does resemble the Hornet, dude. The silhouette of it.
Yeah,
I read this as like possibly their naval trainer.
it looks like. Go back up. It looks like somebody designed the Hornet from memory. Like it's just like not quite right. You know,
Right.
it's like that's what I remember it looking like, but
yeah,
it's got like a Tomcat canopy.
Yeah, the canopy. I mean, if we're just gonna be superficial and all about aesthetics, the canopy is way too large for the airframe.
It's like those new helmets the NFL have, where they put the thing on top of the thing.
Yeah, but dude, even what trainer was the Navy looking at? It had that massive bubble can. Even the T7 has like this
T7
huge. Yeah, like I don't know the newest generation of trainers, and guys, this is how you know you're getting old. They don't.
Well,
not that it matters. They don't look
in a
cool.
reasonable amount of time, because if so, the Air Force might be interested.
Well, you know, you joke, but like, no kidding, man. I think they are on a much faster timeline than anything we have. I mean, they've got like I said, I think this is for their Navy, because they already have the L-15 for the Air Force.
Is that it?
Know?
Yeah, look at it right there.
Is that the Harbor Freight coupon? Can I use that to get 20% off? Because I'd like one for.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, so it might have so that I think if you scroll down more, I can't remember, scroll up or down, but there's that one right there. Scroll down a little bit more. So obviously that looks pretty.
Oh, looks MiG-29-ish almost.
Kind of, yeah. But so it's got like, I don't know, I don't know what they call it, but maybe a hard point on the wingtips. So yeah, allow. So maybe it's going to be kind of like the FA-50. So it'll be like trainer and light attack, maybe strike. 2 engines, right? Which is a little. I mean, those look like pretty decent engines too. I mean, 2 engines on a trainer I think is good, but it's not the norm. You know, a lot of the trainers.
Well, high alpha, leading edge root extensions.
Yeah,
you know, like the Hornet.
It's got a decent Lex, and the way. So they mounted the vertical stabs kind of forward, right? So, like you said, for probably enhanced high alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like electronic wise, what's all in it, but you know, just from looking at the outside, it looks like it might have some decent, just sheer performance as a fighter. But I mean, who knows, man? It just amazing. Like, I mean, we kind of make fun of China just because we make fun of everybody, but man, they crank out. A lot of new stuff. I mean, they are no kidding
up, Doug.
A machine.
Go. Down, right there. Mention turbofan engines.
Yeah, what is
Now you're gonna have to do the conversion. How much is 5,000?
Hold on, KGF to. Here we go. Pounds. Here we go. Here we go.
A little over 10,000 pounds of thrust each.
Yeah, 20,000 pounds of thrust. The thing's probably light too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably a performer. What I was going to point out, they were talking about the similarities to the J-35.
Yeah,
I bet you when you look at the cockpit, if it's not a carbon copy of their frontline fighter, I'd be surprised. Which means if you're going to use that as a trainer, and you've got a pretty high performance aircraft as your trainer, it's a very easy step to go from this to their next fighter, like the J-35 or whatever they're going to fly, J-20 or whatever. So, I mean, this is the way of the future, really, is a high performance trainer that could also do some light attack, or even, you know, even as a companion trainer. You know, think about if this were being flown, you don't want to put the hours on your J-20s, and this is what your dudes use to stay current.
Yeah.
I mean, and they can just produce them. I mean, It's like,
Yeah,
you know, it's like the old joke about, you know, when you're an adult, you can just go eat cookies. You don't have to wait for anything. Like they're just like, they don't wait for anything. They don't
No.
need Congress. They don't need contractors. They're like, you know what? Give us another trainer, please.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it again, man. It's their industrial capacity. I mean, it's almost like every week we're talking about something new that China's cranking out, and it's, yeah, you know, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, it's who knows where they're going to be, because like I said, I've watched them for the past 20 years and it's been pretty eye-opening.
Yep. All right. Nothing.
Think it'll,
from our
hey,
intern?
think it'll beat the Navy trainer.
Like to production.
Yeah, I think the Chinese Navy will get that before the U.S. Navy gets theirs.
It's,
I know.
If nothing else, I think that the idea that, you know, a decent solution now is better than a perfect solution 10 years from now after program delays.
Yep.
You know, they're going to have that new trainer. It's going to be in the works, and they can start making those steps to fix whatever the problems with it are, while we may be still waiting for ours to hit LRIP or something.
Yep. Meanwhile, they're competing with each other by taking reporters on joyrides across Pensacola. Not Gonky.
Not me. No joyride for me.
They did another. Where was it? They did another. They took like the Aviationist or one of those online magazines, and they did a whole workup on that Italian.
Yeah. Armaci.
Yeah. The
M346.
Leonardo. It was a Leonardo. The Leonardo offering, the one that I got in trouble with the Italians because I referenced a certain plumber. They're very sensitive about that, Reverend.
They
don't like you making fun of the Mario.
Really?
Yeah.
So I ride dirt bikes with a kid who works out at the airport, and he said, you know, when they brought that jet in for the Navy to look at or whatever, he said all those guys were super cool. Like he got the full tour and everything. No flight, just a tour.
He's not an influencer like you. Hey man, the X-59 flew. Check this out. So this is their quiet supersonic demonstrator or test aircraft that's going to open up the whole idea of supersonic flight over the U.S. in a quiet configuration. And we've got video. Play it. So it has no forward visibility. When you look out front, you're just looking through a camera.
She's got the long beak, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow, dude.
The X-59 Quest with 2 S's. It's the quiet supersonic technology.
I feel like they've been working
low
on
boom flight demonstrator since 2016.
Yeah. Wow.
It's expected to cruise at Mach 1.42 at an altitude of 55,000 feet. Only 75 effective perceived noise decibels. That's pretty cool.
75.
But it uses enhanced flight vision system consisting of a forward 4K camera with a 33-degree by 19-degree angle of view, which compensates for the lack of forward visibility. Hit it, Doug. Because it's only quiet when it's booming. Is it booming now?
No, dude. You know, on the ground, it's not very attractive, but it actually looks good flying.
Like a lawn dart.
I think it looks cool, man. So it has
really reminds me of the X3 Stiletto from back in the 50s or maybe early 60s. Got that very long nose, very needle shaped.
The X3, is that the right one?
I think
I think it's the X3 Stiletto.
I think the long nose is the secret to the quiet, like, sonic boom, right?
It's got one GE F414 GE 100. Isn't that the Hornet engine? The
It's
Super Hornet?
Super Hornet motor, yeah.
But it takes the landing gear from the Block 25 F-16. It carries 8,700 pounds of fuel, max, whatever DG, max, what's MDGW, max something weight. What's D?
I don't know.
25,000 pounds, whatever that is.
Maximum design.
Design gross weight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, that thing is funky looking. Hey, look at that.
It's like a woodpecker.
Yeah, no afterburner, huh? Maybe is it a non-afterburner?
F414.
Maybe just did a mil power takeoff.
Yeah, with afterburner, its engine will provide 22,000 pounds of thrust.
That's the rhinoceros engine. He's pretty aggressive climb out, man.
Says the ground noise is expected at 60 decibels, 1/1000th is allowed as current supersonic aircraft.
But it hasn't gone supersonic yet, has it?
I thought it did.
Dude, like
you may be thinking of that Boom Arrows.
That's what I'm
aircraft
thinking of.
that was-
Yeah, Boom Arrow did something, but this one has not.
Yeah. Looks weird on the ground, but it looks good flying.
Look at that cockpit.
Look at that, dude.
That looks like the back seat of the SR-71.
Wow.
I'm going to say no thank you.
There's the afterburner. Probably uses the burner to get supersonic. Has it got a tail hook?
It looked like just tie downs for the
Did it?
engine run.
All right.
Wow.
That's cool, man. I mean, I don't know, right? The dream is to have transport, airliners that can quietly go supersonic across the country. So,
yeah, airline pilots across the world are going to be pissed because by the hour.
Yeah, less dollars, right? I mean, shorter dosing for dollars. So, not that you sleep while flying, but
I think instead of spending money on this, we should spend money on how to get through TSA faster. Just
no one's getting through TSA very quickly now, man.
I don't care. Once I'm in the air, it doesn't matter, but I want it to be faster to get to the air.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it's awesome. This is the kind of stuff we need. We need innovation.
Yeah.
We need to go to the moon. We need to make supersonic quiet again.
Yeah, with supersonic, it's not just that it's loud, but obviously fuel burn when you're talking about trying to like scale this up to an airliner. It's all about what seat cost per mile. So fuel burn's a big deal. That's why subsonic has been so dominant, man. You can make these high bypass engines that sip the gas.
Comparatively speaking, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean,
well, that we've arbitrarily, had noise restrictions for, since the dawn of supersonic flight.
Yeah. And,
I mean, really, nothing's going to make a lot of noise if it's up in the 40s and 50s anyway. You can even go in supersonic.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I really feel like I missed out on was back in the day when there used to be supersonic overflight, and I just don't really have any reference point. I've been out at Edwards. I've been boomed by those aircraft, flying pretty low over at supersonic speeds, but what's it like to have a Concorde at cruising altitude flying over?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Pretty sure the Concorde could only be supersonic over the ocean. So like they stayed subsonic until they went feet wet.
15 miles. Yes. 15 miles.
15 miles. Yeah.
Two Bag says he saw the X-59 and hello Shanghai, by the way,
over
Oak City this afternoon. It was white, pulling a long contrail and flat, hauling ass with noticeably louder and deeper pulsing sound. That's cool.
That's awesome.
I hate to correct an aviator, but I understood that the contrails were suspended because of the government shutdown.
That's the chemtrails.
Oh,
no chemtrail.
Subtle difference.
Yeah, no, we're not chemtrailing right now, but contrails are on as scheduled.
No chemtrails, dude.
Hey, so there's some things happening in the news. A drone was spying on a Belgian base. Drones spotted above Belgian airbase were quote unquote spying on military planes, defense minister says. The CNN's reporting several drones spotted above a Belgian airbase over the weekend were there to spy on the military fighter jets. They come to see where the F-16s are, where the munitions are, and other highly strategic things. Theo Franken told CNN affiliate RTBE, clearly spying, noting long time one of them had spent over the airbase. Hosts the largest Belgian defense forces in the country and aims to fundamentally contribute to NATO's nuclear deterrence strategy. And but they didn't. Nothing ever happened. But this is the latest in the sightings. They're set to replace the F-16s with the F-35. Trying to do all this in European countries. Stop short of directly pinning the blame on Moscow.
Dude, didn't we cover something like this a couple weeks ago, Mover? Where
Denmark.
Yeah, was it just Denmark, or was I thought there was a couple different countries, but yeah, we talked
Denmark.
about. Sorry,
Denmark was the one temporarily banned civilian drone flights in September 2025 due to security concerns over suspicious unidentified drones. There were the Norwegian, Norway, and Bremen Airport in Germany, Berlin, Danish defense minister.
Yeah, there was a couple drone incursions. Remember, some of them shot the drones down, but
Copenhagen.
Yeah,
several large drones. I mean, there were drones that were shot down that wandered from Russia, but that's different. Those were trying to allegedly attack. This is like surveillance drones. These are things that are trying to get intel.
But I think at the same time, it's also, are these actual nation state actors that are behind these drones, or are they just your kind of garden variety plane spotters that are out there? And that's one thing I feel like can't speak to what happens in Europe, but there's a lot of folks that are out there just flying around these drones, wanting to take pictures of things and maybe not using the best judgment. And, then next, it gets in the media and then it gets spun up as a significant event. And then you're left trying to figure out, okay, was this really a hostile act, or who is behind it? And we just don't seem to get a lot of answers in that regard.
Well, yesterday, flights were suspended for 2 hours at Berlin on Friday evening. Sightings of unidentified drones, the latest in a series of drone alerts around airports and military. So this has been an ongoing problem in Europe. Now, you're right. No one knows what it is. Is it the Russians gathering intel on NATO facilities? Do they need drones to do that? I mean, that to me, the idea that the Russians are behind it is so overt, and it just doesn't. I agree with you, Mark, that a robust surveillance network like the Russians have would not need painfully obvious, overt drones that people would cause a scare. They would use their satellites and their human intelligence and their signals intelligence and all the stuff that, big countries can do. I would not think that they would be using drones, but that's just me. Because if you get it shot down, it's an international incident, right? If you get shot down and you're like, oh, look, it says KGB right here. It's like.
But on the other hand, they could also just be using commercial off-the-shelf drones that would not be attributable, and you'd have that. And then kind of counter my previous point is that it's maybe a useful data point. How far can we get a drone in to take a peek? Are they going to?
The Russians already have such a data point when they got schwacked by the large attack by the Ukrainians. Remember that, Gonky, when we covered that, where they
the semi trucks,
wheelers, the 18-wheelers, and then they popped them out and they were
wild.
So I mean,
well, the Russians know how vulnerable they are, so now then potentially, hey, well, how can this be?
Dude, this is what scares me, like the future of warfare, man. With drones, you combine it with some AI tech, and I mean, the stuff's only getting better, which makes it scarier.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. I think we're going to see more of it.
Oh yeah.
At some point, and we've talked about it in the past, where it's like, you know, how at least here stateside, like how and who defends against it. You know?
Yeah, well, it's counter drone stuff. I mean, it's Anduril and those companies that
Right.
are creating all the counter drone. I mean, you
That's all
park the
new.
counter drone thing over the
Yep.
airport, and now it's not an issue anymore. But it does create a huge problem. Like they have to shut down the airspace. It panics the people. Like it's
Yeah.
not just an inconvenience. It's affecting operations.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So,
But in regard to the counter drone, there's the new drones I saw yesterday, the day before. The Russians are using these drones that have up to, I think, a 31-mile fiber optic cable. So it's unjammable data link that they can fly these things, reeling out the fiber optic cable.
Yeah.
So maybe a RF based defense is no longer as effective against that.
Yeah. Yeah.
oof, tough stuff. Speaking of disrupting air traffic control, Southwest had a close call. And the NTSB is now investigating Southwest jet and a medical helicopter over the Cleveland airspace.
I didn't hear about
So the
this.
NTSB has launched an investigation to a near miss, which I hate the word. Near miss is a hit.
Right.
Medical helicopter near Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. According to officials, Southwest 1333 was approaching from BWI when the two aircraft came dangerously close, prompting the pilot to abort the landing. NTSB confirms the incident involved a loss of separation, meaning the aircraft violated minimum safe distance required in controlled airspace. They were within a half mile at an altitude of 2,000 feet is how far they came from each other. Also revealed that the air traffic controller had advised the helicopter to stay behind the incoming traffic. However, the helicopter pilot requested to pass above and in front, a decision the controller then approved. This led to Southwest pilot to make the decision to go around for another landing attempt, ensuring passenger safety and landing safety without injuries after that. I don't know.
So he took his own go around, basically. Didn't like it.
Yeah, didn't like it. Here's the transcript. All right, contact airport, clear of space. What? Can we listen to it, Doug? Is that a thing?
I don't think I've got a link.
This transcript is AI garbage. Contact airport, clear of space. That's not Wi-Fi tower 301, 30123. Like who?
I see the what probably caused the
AI had a
collision
stroke
here.
trying to do this. Yeah.
Air traffic control is not using English.
Searching only 6 left. This is not clean tire traffic at 3:00, about 3 miles. 53 traffic about 9:00 now. Maintain the separation. Traffic maintain the separation.
It's not doing so good, huh?
No.
Wow. Who wrote this article? Mover?
It'll be better if we go above it and in front of it if we can. We're deviating right for the traffic. Roger, would you like? Negative. They got an RA. So there's your answer. They got an RA. They were still high enough that they at 2,000 feet, they got an RA.
Yeah.
And that's it. System worked as advertised.
Yeah. RA resolution advisory.
That's mandatory. You got to comply with that over ATC.
Yeah. It tells in this case probably the 7-3 to climb, the helicopter to descend, you know. Yeah. I mean, but with MedFlight and is MedFlight helicopter, right? Mover?
Yeah.
I mean, with MedFlight and Cleveland being a city, I mean, those helicopters are flying around all the time. And it's, once you get down 2,000 feet or lower, you're kind of entering the, where you're going to run into those issues. Not saying that you should always have a TA or an RA incident if you're trying to fly into a city, but the helicopters are down there. They're buzzing in and out of hospitals, trying to get people to, care or get to you know, I don't know, an accident scene or something, but I don't think it's I mean, this stuff happens.
In my mind, it's just thank God that there is not a narrator for all the things that could have happened but didn't in my flying career, and
Right.
that is a story on the internet badly transcribed by AI. You know, that, you know, this and that almost happened but didn't in this piece of congested airspace.
Yeah.
Well,
And in my mind, some of this may be the controllers are obviously in a tough spot right now because of the shutdown. And so anything that's potentially newsworthy regarding the controllers being stressed is going to be a news story at the moment.
well, they're not just stressed, but they're also undermanned because I think a lot of them are doing the sick out thing. Right. So they're calling
Yeah.
in sick and not necessarily
Yeah.
showing up.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. It's not a great time to travel, period.
Yeah.
But like you said, man, it's like the news is taking something like Mover said, do right? They got an RA, they complied, nothing happened.
Well, I mean,
Like,
NTSB is investigating. It's a loss of separation event. A half mile is pretty darn close.
It is, but I mean, yeah. I mean, if they got an RA, you know, there was probably some sort of closure type trajectory, but I mean, yeah. I mean, 2,000 feet's pretty low for an airliner. I mean, you're definitely getting close to the end game, you know, probably getting the gear down, flaps down, ready for landing. So, but I mean, hey, the system worked, and you know, nobody got hurt.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think it's going to be something that continues to be an emphasis item. And the only thing that really will save us is everybody to keep their head on the swivel and comply with their procedures as they should.
Yeah.
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 But all right. Let's see. There was another one.
Another
Close
close
Yeah.
call.
Another close call. This one was in Boston, but we can't read it because Doug is
I'm struggling right here. Give me a second.
Doug is having a time.
Oh, dude.
How about now?
Doug
There we go.
is. Let's play the audio.
Yes, sir.
Terrifying audio.
Oh,
Let's see how terrifying we're about to be.
Well, the ads are terrifying.
Meet Anna,
Okay,
the lead
perfect. We're
procurement.
just having a great time. Let me know when it's back.
I was trying to get it without ads.
Hi, Anna.
Nope.
Skip it. Skip it. Okay, we can't hear that. This is a professional operation. We actually do have a staff here.
Is there volume?
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then turn 10 degrees left. For Del 263. What the heck? 300 up to 3000 Del 263 heavy. That was close. Yeah, man. Not cool. We need medical equipment. Delta 263 heavy.
You need
go
medical
around
equipment?
And turn 10 degrees left. For Del 263. What the heck? 300 up to 3000 Del 263 heavy. That was close. Yeah, man. Not cool. We need medical equipment.
I don't know the medical equipment thing. That was like some third party. But so Delta 263 was
Boston, huh?
the cross runway. So Cape Air was going one way, Delta was going the other, and they sent them around. Scroll down. Yeah. See who they sent around. It was the Delta flight was landing. You got to scroll up. Scroll too much there. Delta was trying to land, and Cape Air was taking off from the intersecting runway.
Mm.
And then basically they went around because they saw the impending collision, and they did a go around, and the go around performed as advertised. So it's the same thing as before, right? We stopped the Swiss cheese because we intervened appropriately, It shows you how much pressure the controllers are under. Yeah. And I agree with that. It's a mistake, but it was not a near miss considering they went around well before there was any loss of separation. However,
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
you definitely don't want to see something like that.
So the Delta flight was originally headed from Paris to New York, but was forced to divert to Boston. That sucks, man. So they got diverted to Boston, and then
that happens.
it was an A330.
It's a big airplane.
900, so it's a big airplane. Yeah, 284 passengers. Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah, Cape. I mean, Cape Air. I mean, that's basically it's a twin engine.
It's like a 421 or something.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a
light
piston.
twin.
Yeah, it's a light twin. If you've ever been to Boston, you see them taxiing around the airport. Boston's pretty busy. I mean, for me, it's pretty busy airport. Yeah, but I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
I think this is again another kind of. Thank God we don't have a narrator talking about all
if you only knew
things that and aviation has kind of become like the Truman Show, where any potential thing there's people that are listening to all the ATC feeds looking for something, and everything becomes a story even when it's a non-story, and the general public doesn't have a in-depth understanding of what's going on here necessarily. So this kind of non-event or very minor event gets portrayed as something that hazardous in some way, and I think that kind of ties in with kind of the perceived pressure with the controllers being not getting paid right now, and it's just a challenging time for everyone. And in a way, I don't know if this really helps things, because it takes a situation that's already challenging for everyone and then gets an additional sense of fear on for the public that their lives are in a greater perceived danger than they might be.
Well, they did watch, those poor people die on live TV earlier to start this year.
Yes.
So everything where it's another near collision is going to be under the. I mean, that's why we've talked about it as many times as we have, because it's so much in the news.
I think it's amazing that air traffic controllers aren't like essential, because I mean, dude, you're gonna have it's a safety issue.
Yeah.
If you're not paying your controllers, and their home life and their family life starts to come under stress, I mean, they're going to take that to work with them, right? So, and that's not good for the safety of air travel. So, like, I don't understand why they're not like essential and they get paid, no matter what.
Yeah. We're pawns in political theater is what they are.
It's ridiculous.
We're holding. You're still making them do the work, but you're not going to pay them. I mean, that's just egregious. There's no excuse for that. But in this case, that obviously it's going to be looked at what caused this and whether additional training's needed, or if they just were undermanned, or somebody, lost situational awareness, which it happens. People are human. They make mistakes. Luckily it was caught. And, regardless of what the worst of it was, they managed to safely avoid each other. And that's
right.
Lucky.
No one got hurt.
But as we were lucky, I do wonder, and I hope I'm wrong, but it feels like we're talking a pressure cooker, right? All these incidents building up to something else, and it's just like, man, we need a break. We just need a break. That's all.
Yeah.
But
we can start with getting them paid, dude.
Yeah. Hey, the aliens are accelerating.
31 Alice.
3I.
3I. Oh.
So the comet known as 3I/Atlas was discovered zooming across the galaxy. And they see it shows signs of non-gravitational acceleration and appears to have turned blue as it passed the sun. According to Avi Loeb, the science Baird Professor of Science, Institute Director at Harvard University, non-gravitational acceleration was first indicated by NASA in a recent report. indicated that expected outgassing from the comet would mean it would lose half its mass and show a massive debris plume. But, however, problem is we can't get a good look at it to see if that's really occurring because it's hidden behind the sun. However, it's expected to reappear in December, and then we'll know for sure if it's the aliens or something else. An internal engine causing non-gravitational acceleration as it's shedding mass, but still speeding up. Scroll down. It's the third interstellar comet to pass through our solar system. No aliens, no threat to life here on Earth, says Sean Duffy, however. But the blue color is very surprising because usually it'd be red or redder. Might instead be a signature of ionized carbon monoxide for a natural comet. It was 130 million miles away from our star.
So wait, they're trying to say that this may not just be a rock flying through space.
If it accelerates in a non-natural way, yes. The color could be a hot engine or a source of artificial light, but it also might just be ionized carbon monoxide. So
I think if you can scroll up there to the picture where it showed those blurring along with it, next one up. So that picture was a week or two ago. They were talking about these long cylindrical shaped objects that were flying along with the comet, and a big deal was made out about it. And then it was pointed out those were just star streaks in the photo. And that's one of those things where it's really easy to say, oh, okay, that's what this is, but it's, put out there as this evidence of maybe some grander thing. And it's just kind of disappointing because, it makes it so easily discreditable to hype up these non-factors. And I think it'd be really cool to get some pictures of something that's truly extraterrestrial. I just haven't ever seen it where it hasn't been something easily debunked like that.
Yeah, but it's got a cool name. 3-Eye Atlas. I mean,
I think isn't that just the Atlas is the observatory in space, and they all get this name?
I don't understand what people's infatuation is with like everything's got to be aliens, and I don't know. Like we cover quite a bit of that stuff on the show, and like it just it does blow me away that people, I don't know, they just want to believe.
I want to believe. I mean,
why? I don't get it, man.
Because think about it. Look how miserable everything is right now. People want the aliens to show up and save us or eradicate us. Either way is good at this point.
What do you mean, dude? Life is great right now. I guess maybe I'm the only one.
That's because you fasted for 72 hours.
That's right, dude. I tell you what, you will gain a new appreciation for everything. At least I did.
All right.
That's just me. I don't know.
Do we have anything else on this topic, Gonky?
No, man. I think it's a rock flying through space, and I have no idea why it's changing colors, how it accelerates. I'm just a layman when it comes to space stuff. But yeah, that's what I think.
All right. Good talk. Are you a telescope guy there, Mark?
No, I've done some astrophotography. I've got some giant lenses. I think Neowise was the last comet that I took some pictures of when it was coming through. It's cool. And getting back to the aliens over just astrophotography, I'd love to take a picture of something truly inexplicable in the night sky. And I've taken a lot of pictures of things, and then you look up and, oh, okay, that's entirely explainable. And it's, you don't want to get carried away in kind of misinterpreting things. You got to kind of look at it coldly and rationally. Otherwise, then the following week, that's just the light above the sewage treatment plant, Clark, and you left it looking dumb.
Well, if you want a really good science fiction story about aliens, I suggest you read the book behind my shoulder, Project Vertus, available now anywhere you read
Shameless
books.
plug. I love it.
And looking at a lot of ocean space, I'm always out there looking for those UFOs rising out of the ocean, because
That's
I
where
want
they
to get
come
that
from.
picture of it. But
Yeah.
so far, no luck.
Well, a resident expert, Tic Tac got my back, says, "I don't worry. That's just my cousin stopping by for a visit. He's a little slow and lost. He missed significantly."
Perfect.
Fox Mulder says, Spider says, Fox Mulder right the whole time. From X-Files, Gonky.
Yeah, no, I know Mulder.
Tic Tac's got my back says, "You want to believe because as a species, instinctively, you are excited for the chance to make new friends." Now, that is not true.
Yeah, most of the
I
alien
don't-
movies that I've seen, it ends up bad for mankind. At least at
except for
first.
Captain Kirk. He got some
True.
bodies out of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Mass
true.
Effect. Also, you can date the blue girl. Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's time for our mental health minute. What do you think? Wrap this thing
Yeah,
up.
man. Do we have one?
Do you not check your email?
Oh, yeah.
Project Vertus is agreed. Thanks, Hawkeye. Speaking of Hawkeye. So we were requested to talk about PTSD and cancer in a future mental health minute. And I'm not going to talk about why. That is not it. Did it get deleted? Mental health minute is what happened to our mental
Scroll
health
up
minute.
there's two sets of banners.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, cancer sucks, man. Whether you're affected by it or you know someone affected by it, and the thing was about PTSD and cancer, and I think they kind of go hand in hand, because I think cancer can cause PTSD in a lot of people, especially those that have been through it and have fought through the treatment, those who have lost others. We always tend to think what could happen to us in the worst possible ways, and cancer is one of those things. But if you listen to the story of any survivor, you'll soon learn that they just didn't give up. They keep fighting. They live every day as if it's a gift, and they keep moving toward either the unfortunate end or the healing that they need. And I think the same is true, when you talk PTSD, an event happened that was very bad and our mind struggled to process it. And then instead of being given the help that probably we needed, we tucked that away, and then it became something that, causes, issues in life. And the people that get through the PTSD episodes are the exact same ones, the ones that live for the next day and take it one step at a time and work through that, versus the ones that just give up and say, well, I am my past. Because you're not your past. Your future is wide open, and you always have the opportunity to write a new story, not letting your, those events define you. And for both, I think it requires an honest assessment of what's going on and being willing to take the steps, get the treatment, talk to the people that can help you, whether it's the good doctors for cancer or, mental health, and removing that stigma that we can't talk to others about what's going on. And because you don't have to live, you don't have to suffer in silence. You can get help and get treatment for what's going on. With that said, there's always resources for both. Military One Source, if you're in the military, you've got 12 non-medical counseling sessions that are always available. If it does become PTSD, then obviously it's going to be medical, but you can work through it with a professional. You just have to be willing. And if it comes down to it, call 988. They'll help you find something. Gonky?
Yeah, dude, cancer does suck. I mean, stinks, man. As I get older, right? I've never had cancer, thank God, but I've had a couple friends pass away. Obviously, Frenchie passed away last year of cancer, and it's just such a, in my mind, the thing that sucks the most about it is just kind of the way it takes you out, man. I mean, it's just not, it's not pretty. You know, you talked about a lot of good things. I would say that, you know, I spent time with, you know, Frenchie before he passed. And I had my other buddy from my Blue Diamond days, Big John. He passed of cancer a while ago, and I got to spend time with him there towards the end. And we have, you know, my family, we have, you know, right now we have a close family member who's battling cancer. And, you know, in all three cases, you know, you know, I've mentioned I'm a Christian on the channel, but, you know, all three cases, like what I've seen from them is like, you know, people really lean on their faith. Even, you know, like my buddy Big John, I didn't think he was much of a faith guy, but, you know, he, you know, maybe he became so towards the end, but, you know, you think about it, it's like, well, you know, you have to lean on something. Right. And, my perception is that gave them a lot of peace, which is great. Those guys didn't make it. Obviously there's a couple people in my family who've had cancer and fought it and beat it. Thank God. And you have to have, I think no matter what the outcome, you have to have a positive mental vision of, you know, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. I know that treatment, you touched on a little bit, Mover, but just the treatment of cancer is very stressful. Not only is it physically painful, but I mean, dude, there's rigorous appointments, and the appointments are long, and it makes you sick, and it's the never ending cycle, you know, that sometimes the treatment, it seems like, is kicking your butt more than the cancer. Right. So, like I said, it's just cancer sucks. It's just such a vicious disease. It just doesn't seem to, I mean, dude, kids get it, adults get it. I mean, it's very sad. It can definitely take a toll on even the strongest minds. So, I mean, like you said, man, don't do it alone. Reach out. I remember I had no idea. My buddy, Big John, was fighting cancer, and his wife actually called me and said, "Hey, can you call him, talk to him? He's not doing well." And it's the first time I really heard of it. And that's the other thing. Sometimes cancer is quick. Right. And, you know, she reached out to me to help him because he was in a tough spot, man. I actually got to go out and see him and spend time with him, which was cool. And, you know, that's always a plus too. But yeah, you have to get on the front side of the power curve with the mental game. And that comes with, like you were talking about, Mover, reach out for help. You know, friends, church, whatever the hospital, you know, has available for you. And yeah, hopefully one of these days there is no more cancer. Mark, what do you think, man?
You know, I recently had a friend who went through a cancer situation. And for him, part of it was a survival thing, but part of it was also his career. Could he get back to flying? Would they ultimately clear him back? And then just some of the, you know, going through the Air Force medical system is its own challenge, but just some of the physiological effects going through that. And he didn't really open up to us until it was essentially done. But it was like, oh man, we didn't really appreciate everything he was going through for it was probably a year and a half. And, you know, I'm glad he shares it now, but in my mind, it would have been nice to know so that we could have given some additional support to him as he was going through that. And I know it's frustrating. You don't want to share what's, you know, this weakness in yourself, but at the same time, that's the only way to go through it. When and this isn't cancer related, but when I was going through my divorce a few years ago, it was really having the guys at the squadron and the gals being there to be my wingman and help me through those tough times that really were critical. And, you know, just the same, you know, whether it be cancer or some other medical issue, you know, letting everyone know what's going on. And, you know, you don't have to share all maybe the nitty gritty details, but your friends are there and they want to help, and they really can't support you if they don't know what's going on. So, I would encourage people just, be open to sharing what's going, because we all understand it. If something were like that were to happen to me, I'd be afraid for my career. I'd be afraid for my life. And I have full sympathy for anyone. So there is professional help, but sometimes just having your friends is enough to get you through that. And it really helps if people are open to share their what's going on.
Douglas.
Most of what I know about this, I learned from my wife because she's a breast cancer survivor. And all three of you said things that are really important, that you should reach out for help. And to me, there's like a parallel there with cancer and with PTSD, that you might not really know you have it, right? It's not always cut and dried. And if you wonder, you should get professional help, and have other people to help you, not only with the condition, but to even diagnose it to begin with. And Mark, like you said, people want to be there. And to me, that was what I took from it, was the number of people who stepped up when my wife was sick and said, hey, look, what can we do? And, people that you may not have talked to in a while, or didn't feel like they had a lot of commitment to your life. And the next thing you know, they're bringing you food, or they're driving somebody to radiation. And you're not going to get that unless you reach out to people. But you can also make a point of being that person for people in your life if you get the chance. That's all I got.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Good stuff. It's deep. Michael says, absolutely love this show. Keep it going, guys. I'm a former Air Force cop. I counted a lot of rivets during my tenure. My twin sons, West Point grad, Annapolis 2016. Wombat, my kid flies E2C. Cool. Wow. That's awesome.
That is.
JD says, from my experience, PTSD associated with supporting someone with cancer is exacerbated by survivor's guilt. If and when they pass, talk to someone and use all available resources. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Well,
here, shameless plug. Well, not shameless plug. Did that go? Did that add to the stage? There. Whoop. Did it. Since we're on the topic of cancer, so this is actually a really good book I read about a year ago. It's called Here's the Deal About Cancer. It's written by Julie Mills. So her husband was a F-14 pilot, and I actually I met Mills. So Tom was his name. Tommy was his call sign. So I met Tommy when I was just a CFI in northern Georgia, and he rolled into the flight school in a red Corvette with aviators, and everybody at the flight school knew I was trying to go to the Navy. So like, you're going to fly with this guy. So Tommy comes in, he says, hey man, he said, I had half my brain cut out of my head because I had a brain tumor. And he's like, I'm just trying to get some flights so I can, maybe just fly again. Cause he told me he was flying a Tomcat one day and he got tunnel vision, and they almost had to eject because he couldn't see. So they landed and he got it. I think he did a trap. They pulled him out, scanned his head, and he had a rare form of brain cancer. They operated on him like right away. But the book covers it all. And the crux of the book is basically treating cancer. It's an interesting read. Obviously, it has a little bit of aviation flavor in there. And so I flew with Tommy about 2 or 3 times, and I wrote, he had typed out a letter to the FAA saying he doesn't do the funky chicken, give him a medical. So I signed it as his flight instructor. And then maybe it's not cool, but the interesting part of the book is I always wonder what happened to Tommy, because at the time I was trying to get into naval aviation, and he was, our debriefs were his stories, but he ended up passing away eventually. And the crazy thing is in the book, he his roommate on the ship ended up being my DCAG, so I never got to ask DCAG about Tommy, but it's just kind of amazing how paths cross. But as far as cancer and whatnot, it is a good book. It talks a whole lot about different types of treatment for different cancers and stuff. But she wrote it because it was a very stressful time. The things that we're talking about, how people came around looking to help. Even the little things, you know, taking care of the kids mattered. But it's a good book, and I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there, man.
Cool. You purchased this on March 1, 2024.
I did.
Did we scroll through the rest of your Amazon purchase history?
Yeah, it's probably benign. It's gonky.
Tie rods,
Yeah,
oil filters.
it's gonky.
It's like, dude,
It's you don't
Lawnmower
notice it.
blades.
a lot of
Yeah.
dude.
Well, it's a show. Hey, join me on Wednesday with JD for my other podcast, and this time
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping it's not going to get
Dude, don't be waving your
demonetized
your side.
on the Life with Mover channel.
Perfect.
We'll
What
talk
if what if you use like airsoft guns as props during the show?
AI can see what a gun is. I don't know.
I mean, we could try it. I've got one.
No,
Very
we're not going
handy.
to try it. We're done with that. We've already gone through the experimentation phase. We're on to the
Since
growth
I'm on
phase.
camera on that show, all the possibilities open up.
Yeah, that
Mover
might be
has pressed the
short-lived.
test.
Yeah, Doug exists in real life.
Just on Wednesdays though.
Perfect.
And when we do the gun videos, we went and shot
Oh,
at the
yeah.
range this weekend.
Sunday. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So,
Good
So
weather,
recently
good weather
I
brings
was-
out the fun.
Recently, I was out in a tropical island, a small tropical country called Curacao, and I ran into a fan of yours down there. Want to give a shout out to Patrick, who's
cool.
down there. Met
you
up
just
with
came
him.
on this show to flex on Patrick, didn't you?
Yeah, I did really. And you know, it's great meeting people
Yeah.
and running into fans of the show in all kinds of places.
Always surprises me.
Yeah.
Always surprises
Yes.
me.
On the pores. No, I am the pores.
No, you unpaid intern?
Yes.
You're a trust fund kid.
Mm.
Mhm.
I trust that someone will fund me eventually.
Somebody in the chat pointed out, is your pillow say live, laugh, love in Turkish?
I'm guessing T.
Ceylon?
This is it's tea.
Oh, okay.
I bought this at the BX at Little Rock on clearance sale.
Okay. Well,
Perfect.
we
Well.
appreciate your joining us for today.
Yeah, man.
We're-
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
you've,
well, it's great to join with you. Maybe I can talk about some other stuff sometime.
You want to come to the Everything Else podcast? We'll schedule you.
Well, maybe one of these days. Maybe I'll be a paid something someday. And
Well, hold on. No. We have no money.
As an
Our budget
intern,
is
dude.
spent on Douglas.
I heard
You
about
won't
these
be paid
Gonky
by that
bucks.
show.
Gonky bucks?
I mean, Luna Bucks, man. They go to dog treats, right? Oh, dude, come on.
E-tickets.
There you go. That's it. I love it.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. See you Wednesday if you follow me. If not, we'll see you next Monday.
See y'all.
Enjoy your life. Goodbye.